ringside, the Lord Alfred Hayes, and I'll tell you, let's go to the ring. Can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Rock and Roll Animals at 93.3 WMMR, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Michael Tierson.
All right. Boy, is it good to be here tonight representing the Rock and Roll Animals with the World Wrestling Federation. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in many, many months, will you welcome back to the Spectrum here in Philadelphia, Roddy Piper. Tell you, when the WWF called WMMR and said they wanted Michael Tierson in the ring, I had to figure out some way to wear my plaids to honor the occasion. Pleasure to have you back in Philadelphia, sir.
They call you the Mad Dog, I understand, in Philadelphia. Is that as in poodle, or is that as in chihuahua?
That's as in miniature Great Dane.
You're right. Later. The boss is back! I particularly was tired of watching wrestling Saturdays and watching some idiot come out and drag, so I broke his arm. Adrian Adonis is no longer with us. Jimmy Hart is a little tied up. Jimmy Hart is supposed to come out. What is this here? Hello, little kid. I'm not running for president. I'm the same no-good son of a bitch I was before. Come out and tell the world why you sleep with a bag for money. So if you have any guts whatsoever, bring yourself on out here, brother, because I'm awful interested in finding out why you're such an idiot. Come on, Jim Day. Woo-hoo! Jim Day, we won't hurt you. Come on, baby. Come on, baby doll. Jimmy Hart the mouth of the South. This is about as far away from the South as you can get.
Something, buddy. This is my bodyguard for the night. And I am not going to let you hurt one little hair on my head because this man will protect me. He is my bodyguard. Can you dig that, Piper?
This is your bodyguard? Thing you ever wanted to say to him and keep it clean? You're a faggot, Jimmy Hart! Hi there! Got any more surprises? Huh?
You promised me that you wouldn't touch me if I came out here. You promised me.
Jimmy? You know, wait. You know, I think you're right. I think that I shouldn't touch you, because first of all, I don't think you're worth it. First of all. And if it's going to bother you, I said that I was going to interview you, and I don't want to be beating up a 120-pound guy all day, because that's stupid. So what I figure, if it's going to make you feel really comfy and at home, you can go ahead and take this rope and tie me up. And then that way, you won't have nothing to worry about, Jimsy. What, are you stupid, man? Everybody else understood me. Yes, you can tie me up with the rope. Oh, knock yourself out. I'm not going to hit you. Fuck. That's wonderful. Is this what you and Adrian do late at night? You never were a Boy Scout. Were you ever a Brownie? You were never a cowboy either, were you? Unless it was Heifer. Maybe a cowgirl. I'll take a little nap here while you're having a good time.
Is that tight enough, Piper, huh?
It's tight. It's up to you, really. Because I don't think you can do nothing to me anyway. Are you happy now?
Almost happy, almost. Let me put a few knots in here. A few little knots in here. I'll do it. Now, is that tight enough, Piper? Are you sure? Is that tight enough, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
Pretty tight. We don't want to hurt your little wrist now, do we?
No, you won't hurt my wrists.
Are you sure that's tight?
That's very tight.
Well, good. Now, I've got the microphone now, don't I, Piper, huh? You don't look so big sitting there right now with your hands all tied up. And you sure that's tight enough, huh?
It's a lot tighter than your brain, I'll tell you that.
Real cute. You know what? I don't think you should talk to me so big while you're wearing that little mini dress. What are you wearing, Piper?
You can say I'm wearing a dress, but when I go to bed, I take it off, man.
Real cute. 10,000 comedians out of work and you're trying to be one. Is that right? Well, let me tell you something. When I did your little pit the other day, right? Well, you know what you did to me? You tried to humiliate Jimmy Hart, and no one does that. You know what? I gave you a present from Don Morocco, a Hawaiian lei. And you remember what you said to me? You said it's probably the only lei you ever had, didn't you? Well, I have you to know there is more people, or should I say girls, that watch me wash my car than you probably ever dated in your life.
Do you wear that outfit when you go on dates and stuff like that, Jimmy? You're talking about girls. Are you trying to tell me and anybody else around here that you can honestly get a date with a $100 bill on your forehead, man?
Well, why don't you just sit back down over here, Piper, after all this is much? Where do you think you're so big? You don't have a bodyguard anymore.
I don't need one.
Oh, you don't need one. Well, maybe you do need a bodyguard. Because you see, like I said, Piper, nobody humiliates Jimmy Hart and gets away with it. Especially not you.
Well, I had about enough of this.
Oh, wait a minute, Piper. You're all tied up. You know what? Let me tell you something, man. It's about time that maybe I should fight my battles myself, Piper. Because maybe you're not so big after all, Piper. I can do anything I want to do to him now, baby. Did you read that, Piper? Huh? How did you like that, Piper? Huh? I've got you right where I want you. Why don't you sit back down again, Piper? Huh?
Alfred, I thought I had seen everything in and out of a wrestling ring.
I just don't believe what I've seen anyway.
No.
My word, Piper really took a chance there.
Well, looks like
You're
Piper's...
going to have to do a hell of a lot more than that to keep me down. Get your ass back here.
They've really roused Piper. And Piper's not a pretty sight when he's roused like that.
No.
And I don't think Orton would come back anyway because
Well, he's
I don't
waved.
think he'd be any match for Piper in a state like this.
He's waved at Orton. He's taken the kilt off. And he says, here I am. I'll tell you, this has been interesting. This is a Piper's Pit like no other Piper's Pit we've seen before.
Well, I think Piper took a definite chance by allowing Jimmy Hart to tie his hands like that. I think that was a little rash of him. But then who expected Orton to come out?
Well, I'll tell you, they've gone off like...
Look at this. Look, you see he had his hands tied there. And he was quite confident of being able to do that. Oh, my word!
He let Jimmy Hart have it right across the side of the head, and that's about all she wrote. Hart's glasses came off earlier, of course.
They certainly did, and then Piper managed to get his hands out of them.
He just took the wraps
Now,
off.
nobody expected this to happen.
What's happening now, for heaven's sake?
I don't know, but it looks as if Orton and Piper, I think Piper's trying to drag Orton back to the ring. I see Pat Patterson there trying to restrain him.
Pat Patterson jumped in. He's trying to get Piper back to the dressing room. Oh, wow.
Well, we saw what happened.
Well, they're
there.
going up the tunnel. Looks like that's the end of that.
They've managed to get Piper out of the ring area. Orton obviously ran for his life, and so did Jimmy Hart. But as I said, I think Piper was a little rash allowing Jimmy Hart to tie his hands, but then he dealt with one of his bodyguards. He didn't expect, here it is again. And we see that he held Jimmy Hart thinking he'd got rid of the bodyguard.
He just literally picked him up. He's holding him by the throat. That's why Hart, a moment later, when he was dropped to the canvas, was knocked down.
And then sneaking up behind him came, of all people, Bob Orton, who is not on this card here. Goodness knows where he came from. Hart must have bought him and had a backup to that other bodyguard he had.
Well,
Drives that knee into Piper and then really put those cowboy boots to Piper.
he's laying those heels, the cowboy boots, right on him.
But when Piper gets upset and provoked, as I said before, he's not a pretty sight, but he's certainly most effective. Right now, Piper's trying to drag that thing off his teeth, and all he succeeded was getting the rope round his neck. We surely haven't seen the last of this.
For sure, Lord Alfred. Well, fans, stay tuned for more of the excitement of the World Wrestling Federation action from the Spectrum, exclusively on Prism.